everybody, it's Femtrooper, and today I'm going to be talking about playing video games at my grandma's house. Back in the days of the Super Nintendo and the N64, I spent a lot of my childhood at my grandma's house because it was a way better alternative to daycare. Ugh. Since I went there so much as a kid, my dad would make sure that I knew how to hook up my own consoles so that when he dropped me off at my grandma's to go do something, then he didn't have to come in and hook up the consoles. I could just do it myself. I used to pack my Super Nintendo and my N64 in this vintage green suitcase that my dad gave me. Yep, that one right there. Then I would unpack all the magic when I got to my grandma's. She let me do anything. I could play Super Nintendo for hours and hours. She honestly did not mind because she was the coolest grandma ever. I have so many memories with the Super Nintendo and the Nintendo 64. I used to play those consoles in her living room on this like little teeny tiny 20-inch or 25-inch, I don't remember how big, it was little. It was a little TV that I used to play games on, and sometimes I would go in this little toy room she had and also play games in there. I remember she used to drive me to Rogers Video to get a rental, and then when we came back, honestly, I don't know why she allowed this, but she always used to have white powdered donuts, those little packages you get from the grocery store, and for some reason, I don't know if she wasn't either looking or just being in grandma mode and not caring, but I used to just sit and eat them while I played games. So anyway, I just stuffed my face with these little white powdered donuts, and for some reason, the game that I associate with eating these donuts at my grandma's house is Super Mario Bros. 2, and I used to play it on Super Mario All-Stars, and for some reason, I just remember eating donuts and playing Doki Doki Panic. So when I hear that vintage piano music that's always there when you select your character, I instantly want a donut. I did a lot of other things at my grandma's house when I would go there, but I do remember a large chunk of my time was spent just sitting there playing video games. Now, I'm not saying this in the sense that my parents didn't let me play video games, because trust me, I played a ton of video games at my own house, and my parents, I don't know if they turned a blind eye or it was the fact that I got good grades in school so you can play hours and hours of games, because I remember sitting and playing, I think it was Final Fantasy VIII, for like 8 hours, and I don't even think my dad noticed. My grandma's house was this awesome place where you could just play video games for hours and hours. She'd make me a grilled cheese sandwich, and then after we'd go either swimming or she'd take me to this little convenience store and we'd get 5-cent candy, come home, play more video games, sit there and watch YTV for hours and hours. It was literally the best. Now, I know I've mentioned it before, but Christmas at my grandma's house was awesome, and I also associate it with playing video games because generally I'd get a video game console or a new video game for Christmas, and so I would then bring it to my grandma's, who lived in the same city as me, and my cousins would come over who didn't live in the same city, and so we'd all get together and play on my new console. Look at this picture right here. There I am with my two cousins, Steven and Spencer. Damn, they're in their 30s now, with me fastly approaching that number. I mostly played games with my cousin Steven since he was closest in age to me. He's on my left. And clearly from the look on my face, I was having a pretty good day. I mean, how excited am I to play Donkey Kong Country and eat a bun? Christmases were always a win-win for me because they were fun. I got to see all my family. I got to play tons of video games, generally the one that I'd just gotten for Christmas, so we were all really excited. But the other really awesome thing for me, as one of the young cousins, or the youngest cousin at the time, was my cousin Steven was 5 years older than me, so he was better at video games. So he actually beat a lot of the levels in like Donkey Kong and Super Mario World. And then, you know, when I'd go back home, I had all these new levels I could play through because I was so little and I sucked. So whether I was staring at my Game Boy screen playing Pokemon Blue on the couch in the living room at my grandma's, or sitting in the basement on the bigger TV playing Diddy Kong Racing on the Nintendo 64, gaming was a constant at my grandma's. So here's to you, Grandma, for letting me play tons of video games, including irritating ones like Super Mario World 2, for hours, and taking over your TV and just, I don't know what you did with your time, but watch me not care, just be the best grandma ever. I look back at all the times I spent at my grandma's house, specifically playing video games, and they're some of the best memories I have in my entire childhood. So thank you, Grandma, and thanks to grandmas everywhere for just letting you do whatever you want. I hope you guys enjoyed this video of me talking about gaming memories, because I love those kind of videos. What kind of gaming memories do you have? Did you have like a relative's house you went to where you always associate playing a certain game? Let me know in the comments. Please subscribe and click like, and I'll see you guys later. I really gotta get a different shirt.